Archbishop Demetrius of America. Your Eminence, Metropolitan Elections of Atlanta, Your Eminence, Metropolitan Kyrillos, Your Grace Bishop Sebastian, welcome back home. Your Grace Bishop Demetrios, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of Greece, the Honorable Terence Quick. Our own former Congressman, Honorable Michael Bilirakis. The Ambassador of Cyprus, the Honorable Leonidas Pandelidis. The Consul General of Greece, the Honorable Adamatia Klotza. Supreme President of AHEPA, the Honorable Andrew Zahariadis. Mayors of our sister cities, Kalymnos and Halki, Mayor Galouzis and Mayor Patros, council members of Kalymnos, welcome.
Say hello to the camera.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hello.
I would like to give special thanks to His Eminence Yeron Archbishop Demetrius of America and to His Eminence Metropolitan Elections of Atlanta for coming to our beautiful city every year to celebrate with us the feast day of the Epiphany and to give us their blessings. Thank you. It is an honor for us to have this year the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of Greece, the Honorable Terence Quick, and I'd like to express our gratitude to the Minister for taking time from and effort from his busy schedule to come here to Tarver Springs and to join us in our celebration and honoring the culture and the heritage of our city that have made us to be known as the Epiphany City. Καλώς ήρθατε, κύριε Υπουργέ. Congressman, Honorable Michael Bilirakis, we thank you for your service of 22 years representing our community in our United States Congress. Ambassador of Cyprus, Honorable Leonidas Pandelidis, welcome to Tarver Springs. And we are very proud to have Larnaca as our sister city and we continue their friendship. To the Consul General of Greece, Adamatia Klotza, who she is the greatest supporter of our community. She's always present in every event that we do. Thank you. To the Andrew Zahariadis, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the AHEPA. We all know AHEPA is the largest Greek American organization which has played a major role in bringing Greek Americans into the mainstream of American life and promoting the principles of Hellenism in which our democracy is based on. And I am very proud to be an AHEPA. Special welcome to the mayors of our sister cities, the Mayor Ioannis Galouzis of Kalymnos, and the Mayor Michalis Patros of Halki, and the council members of Kalymnos. We are very happy to see that our sister city program is alive and well. I'd like to thank our local chapter of AHEPA, George Washington, for honoring the special event tonight as we do every year. Thank you. On behalf of the BOC, on behalf of the Board of Commissioners and the citizens of Tarpon Springs, we're honored to have all of you here to celebrate with us the Epiphany Day. Και θέλω να σας ευχαριστήσω όλους που ήρθατε στο Tarpon Springs. Θέλω να σας ευχηθώ χρόνια πολλά, με υγεία και χαρά. And again, welcome to Tarpon Springs and thank you so much.
Bravo, bravo.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good evening. Your Eminence Archbishop Demetrius, Metropolitan Alexios, all our bishops, members of the clergy, honored dignitaries, AHEPA family, and guests. As you may have assumed, due to a personal situation, I am unable to be with you this evening. Sounds strange what I'm saying, because I am filling in for someone special. And according to her, she has asked her friend, Joanne Sikitas, past Grand Governor, to be her voice tonight. She would also like to thank and welcome Grand Vice President Eva Jean Formula to join Sister Joanne. Sister Eva.
Athens, Ambassador to Stockholm. Very impressive resume. We're very honored to have you tonight. I know our own Bishop Sebastian is probably very pleased to meet you as well here tonight. We welcome you, and we would ask you to come up and please make a presentation for what you're here for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm here to perform a very pleasant duty as the representative of the government of Cyprus to the former congressman from this area, Congressman Michael Bilirakis. There's a little story behind this award, which I would like to tell you, and that's all I would like to tell you. I would not go into a political speech, neither will I try to tell you impressive things about the former congressman, because I'm sure you know about him more than I do. But this is not the first time I'm serving at the Embassy of Cyprus in Washington. I served here some 27 years ago as a junior diplomat. And I had the opportunity at that time to see firsthand the support that we were getting for our issue from Congressman Michael Bilirakis. So when I came back earlier this year, I was very happy to see the name Bilirakis in the House, Gas Bilirakis. And I also had the pleasure when the son of Gas was graduating from Georgetown University, and I was invited by the family to the dinner that they had after the graduation, and I had the pleasure of sitting next to the former congressman, and of course we talked about the old times. And he told me that many years ago, the government of Cyprus, the president of Cyprus, had decided to honor him. But for some reason, he was not able to travel to Cyprus to receive the award. So our obligation, I realized immediately, was outstanding. And it was my duty to make up for this debt from Cyprus to the congressman, even belatedly. So I started the next morning writing to our people in Cyprus. Of course, none of those people that were there some 22 years ago are still there. The president that had made the decision is not with us anymore, neither are any of the other people. But of course, the name Bilirakis is known in Cyprus, so they were very happy to respond positively. And when the president came to New York in September, he brought the award with him. And it was our hope that the congressman will be able to come to New York and receive the award from the president. But apparently, talking with Gas, he said, it's better if we do it in Florida. Why don't you come to Florida so that the whole family is there, and all the friends out there and the communities there. So here I am tonight. And honestly, it's an extremely high honor for me and a great pleasure. Thank you very much, Congressman. Give you the microphone first, and then the award. Document. It's the Medal of Exceptional Service to the Republic of Cyprus.
Bravo. Bravo.
It's a presidential award.
Look at that. Nice. Ωραία.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ambassador. Your Eminence, Archbishop Yakovos, Your Eminence Metropolitan Alexios, Your Graces, members of the cloth, Reverend Fathers, our dignitaries from the country of Greece, particularly our Consul General from Tampa, the dignitaries from the island of Kalymnos who've come a long way, and I'm looking forward to spending more time with them in a couple of days when we get free with all these other festivities that are taking place. I accept this award in the names of myself and particularly my wife Evelyn. I have to keep from getting tears in my eyes because she was some kind of a special lady. The things that she did in Washington, the things that she did for on behalf of St. Petersburg College to make it a 4-year school, the things that she has done on behalf of Florida, it's just amazing what she's accomplished over the years. She was not just someone who's just traveling with me, but she's always with me. We've always been together. And honey, I accept this award in your name particularly. I will not make a long speech. I want to congratulate Loretta. What a choice you made in selecting her for this award, because she embodies what really America is really all about, and that is volunteerism. We could talk liberty and that's significant. We could talk freedom of speech and freedom of religion, and all those are very significant. But just neighbor helping neighbor, which is so famous in this country of ours, and in all the world that I've been, all over the world, I have never seen, and I mean it sincerely, the volunteerism that I have seen in the Tampa Bay area. So I commend you over Loretta and all the daughters who've done so very much for all of us. I want to thank Tim, the president of the local chapter, for all of his very hard work and for making this possible. Gus Parrish, who works so very hard. Tim told me about 95% of what's been done here has been done by Gus. Congratulations, Gus, on just being you. Over the years I've known you, and you've always been that kind of a person. I want to thank, I'm going to call them tonight, my fellow Cypriots who come here tonight. They told me that they came here to see me, but then I found out that the international president of the AHEPA is a Cypriot, so I suspect that they probably came to see him too. And last but not least, the order of AHEPA. I have preached for years and years of the need to organize and to lobby the members of Congress, not necessarily in Washington and all the costs, all the money that it costs, but to lobby in your hometowns against every member of Congress on behalf of Cyprus, on behalf of Greece, on behalf of the Greek American issues. And finally, I see daylight. Costa has picked up that thing, and I don't take any credit for it, but I want to come, Costa. Basil has picked that up and has done a wonderful job, and I commend you, Basil. And that is really, AHEPA does a lot of great things. It was organized for a different purpose, but now in today's world, Greece and Cyprus, and the standards and the values that Greek Americans have need support in the Congress of the United States, and the AHEPA as the organization can really help us as far as that's concerned. Anyhow, having said all that, I'm going to quit because we have too many speeches on these evenings. And I thank you very much. It's a wonderful award. I appreciate it.
So we're very thankful for the 22 years that you gave us serving our country. Thank you so much. Ambassador Badalides, we didn't know that you were coming, but we're so glad to have you here. It was a great surprise to us. And on behalf of the Board of Commissioners and the people of Tarpon Springs, we'd like to present you with the coin of the city and welcome you to our city. And hopefully next year we'll have the mayor of Larnaca to celebrate with us the Epiphany, and you come with him. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, and I see Bishop Sebastian looking at me, so I'm moving it along, Your Grace. We have the AHEPA and Daughters donation to the AHEPA Fund for the St. Nicholas Church and the Shrine. I'd like to ask President Kafalis and Margot, President.
On behalf of the Daughters of Penelope, Parabia, Chapter 62, we would like to donate a check to the AHEPA Foundation in St. Nicholas campaign in New York, and I will personally give the check to the Senate.
Your Eminence, last year you spoke about the rebuilding of the shrine in the church in New York and how difficult it was. And, since it's named after, it is St. Nicholas, as our cathedral is here in Tarpon, both the daughters and ourselves reached out to our members, and we got another check for you as well from the AHEPAs, and I wanted to make sure that we bring that to you.
Can you go to there so we can take a picture? Why don't you get in the back?
Thank you very much, Tim and Margot. Next, we have Eva Jean Falamont, the Daughters of Penelope Grand Vice President. Would like to say a few words.
You stand up too, and put all four of you for a quick photo.
It's an honor to represent the Daughters of Penelope, part of all of the AHEPA family. My name is Eva Jean Fumbelon, and I will tell you I am very proud to be a daughter of Penelope. I am the second generation Greek, but my heart is full with love for our heritage, our culture, and all we have given to everybody. We need to stay strong in the AHEPA family. We need to hold on to what we have, our heritage, our culture, bar none. I would put that against all the countries and say when it comes to caring, we have taken the cake. The Daughters of Penelope are 87 years old. We look pretty good for that, I think. Come on, let's hear 87 years old. That didn't happen by chance. That happened by a lot of hard work. We are a preeminent women's organization. We have chapters in America, the United States. We have chapters in Canada. We have chapters in Greece, I'm happy to say, and in Cyprus, as a matter of fact. And we have a chapter, and 2 chapters in Australia, and a chapter in Germany. But all that has happened is because of each and every one of you. Each and every daughter and each and every member have a legacy of caring. And it's so important that we hold on to our heritage. We are so unique as an AHEPA family. What we bring to the table across the country is everything that people want to be. We have the Philotima, we have the Dynami. We are strong and we are caring. And I just want to say I am so happy to be here to have this exposure and this experience with you. I am looking forward to tomorrow. I can't tell you how happy and excited I am to be here. And I'd be very remiss if I didn't send greetings from our Grand President who could not be here, Jan Spanos. I give you her greetings and her regrets. Thank you so much for allowing me to take a few minutes of your time. Thank you.
Next, we have the Order of AHEPA Supreme President, Andrew Zachariades.
Your Eminence, Metropolitan Alexei, respected Reverend Fathers and Bishops, Ambassadors, Deputy Ministers, Mr. Mayor, Council Generals, Evagene Follomont, the Grand Vice President, past District Governors, past Supreme Governors, District Lodge Officers. It's an honor to be here this evening, to be here to celebrate this great evening. If you allow me 2 minutes before my remarks, I want to recognize a few people who haven't been recognized yet. First, we have fellow Archon and President of AHEPA and fellow AHEPA, Brother Nick Larakakis, who's doing a tremendous job with AHEPA and all the work that they do. The Executive Director of AHEPA, who's the person behind me, who helps me keep my schedule, and Andy, we have to go here, Mr. President, we have to do this, is Executive Director. Put a special thank you. In this day and age, we see what's going on, is to our law enforcement officers. We see what they're doing, we see the pressure that they're under, and I want to say a special thank you to them for all their hard work they're doing. I would like to thank the AHEPA chapter number 16, Daughters chapters number 62, the mayor and the community here for putting on this beautiful event. All of us who have chaired events, we understand the difficulties and the hard work it is to pull these type of events together, and I think they all deserve a round of applause for their hard work. We see what's going on today, all the difficulties across all political spectrums and our personal lives. But this is a time that we must stand up as AHEPANs, as daughters, together with our church, and remind people not to forget the values of how we got here. The Order of AHEPA is going to be 95 years old in 5 months. We're going to be celebrating our 95th anniversary in Disney this year. It's a tremendous responsibility, it's a tremendous honor, because what we show today to the people of the world is the importance. Yes, society is changing, but as an organization, the AHEPA has not changed. The values that got us here 95 years ago still apply today. There's no change in that. Yes, we have to become a modern fraternity. Yes, we have to embrace technology, Facebook, and understand what the youth want today, and the millennials, and what they expect and what they want. But we can never forget our core. We can never forget the values that got us here to begin with. And I think that's what separates us from other ethnic organizations, is that particular part. How we came here in 1922 and where we became. And 5 years from now, in 2022, we will be celebrating our 100th anniversary in Atlanta, Georgia. I formed the initial committee. They're starting working on it. So you want to book your ticket from now. The 3rd week of July of 2022, we will be in Atlanta, Georgia to celebrate AHEPA's 100th anniversary. It's a great honor. And the last thing I would like to touch on, it's a little bit personal, but the discussion that His Eminence and I have had, the majority of the people in this room do not know I am a survivor from September 11th. No, it's okay. A lot of people went to work that day, but they never went home. All of us, as it happens, and members of our Greek Orthodox Church, we must never ever forget what happened that day. We must memorialize all these people who simply went to work to earn their pay and they never went back home. Fathers, mothers, grandfathers, grandmothers, aunts, uncles, they never got a chance to go home. I worked right on Wall Street, and for 3 or 4 years after September 11th, you went to certain garages and you saw these cars covered with dust. So you knew what had happened. They're no longer with us. So from the bottom of my heart, not just as Supreme President of the AHEPA, but personally, I want to thank everybody who's donating to St. Nicholas Greek Orthodox in Pennsylvania, in Washington, and in New York. I ask that of you, and I ask that respectfully, and I ask that humbly. We never forget those people. Other than that, Your Eminence, I wish you a Happy New Year. I wish you great success, again, as you lead us into 2017. We love you, we respect you, and we thank you for everything you're doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Next, we have the Honorable Terrence Quick. And one little bit of information I saw about Mr. Quick was that he has presented more than 12,000 news programs for the state-owned television channel, Hellenic Broadcasting Corporation, ERT. So he's obviously well-versed and used to talking in front of a microphone or a TV. So if you please grace us with a few words. And while he is coming up, if you want to come over here, would you like to stand there, wherever is easier? You come here. I will tell you a quick story about Congressman Bilirakis, because my dad was his campaign treasurer, and this has to do with the Greeks. He is a Republican, as many of you know, some of you not. My dad had the campaign office next door to his that he gave to him, and people, you're here, but people were voting, and they wanted to become Democrats to Republican, and then they wanted to be Republicans to Democrats the day after, so we opened the office. But we had many people that changed parties to be a Republican just for Mr. Bilirakis, because that's how strongly they supported him. So I'm glad to see you get that award tonight.
Right.
But I would like to, before I start my speech, short speech, no more than 1 hour, I want to do a confession. I'm confused. I woke up 24 hours ago to come to Tarpon Springs, to the daughter city of Kalymnos, and so far I hear only English language. So, believe me, because I'm promoting the Greek language as a Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, and I must tell you that we decided, the Greek Parliament, to celebrate every year, the 9th of February, the World Day of the Greek Language. 9th of February is the day of Dionysius Solomos, our national poet. So, because I strongly believe that the Greek language is the mother language of all languages, I would like to address to you a few words in Greek. Thank you. Σεβασμιότατε γέροντα, μεγάλη χαρά που σας βλέπω εδώ. Θα τα πούμε και στη Νέα Υόρκη σε 3 μέρες, αλλά είναι ευλογία του να βρισκόμαστε εδώ με την ευλογία της Εκκλησίας. Διότι η Ορθοδοξία, όχι η Εκκλησία, η Ορθοδοξία είναι ο πυλώνας που συνδέει τη μητέρα Ελλάδα με την ομογένεια, αλλά και την ομογένεια μεταξύ της όπου και αν βρίσκεται. Εξοχότατη κύριε Πρέσβη της Κυπριακής Δημοκρατίας στην Washington. Σεβασμιότατα. Έχουμε ένα Θεσσαλονίκιο εδώ και ένα Πατρινό. Κυρία Γενική Πρόξενε της Ελλάδας στην Τάμπα. Κύριε, είπατε, τον AHEPA. Κύριος Λαρικάκης, ο φίλος μου που είναι.
Ήρθε.
Και για μένα είναι πολύ μεγάλη χαρά, τιμή θα έλεγα, που κάθεται απέναντί μου ο Legend, είστε Legend, είσαι θελικός. Κύριε Πηγεράκη, οι αγώνες που έχετε κάνει για την Ελλάδα, εάν την κάνανε το 10% εκείνων που είχαν αξιώματα στο American Administration ή οπουδήποτε αλλού, μπορεί να είχαμε αλλάξει και πολλά πράγματα στην τύχη της πατρίδας μας. Είμαστε υπόχρεοι, κύριε Πηγεράκη, και σε εσάς και στον διάδοχό σας, στο γιο σας, το οποίο ελπίζω να το δώσει η Washington. Όπως ξέρετε, ή όπως δεν το ξέρετε, και γιατί να το ξέρετε άλλωστε, σε ένα ταξίδι πάρα πολύ σύντομο, των λίγων ωρών σε κάθε πόλη, γιατί θέλω να δίνω την εικόνα του πολιτικού εκείνου που έχει περάσει 45 χρόνια στη δημοσιογραφία και που έτρεχε από πόλη σε πόλη, από θέμα σε θέμα, για να υπηρετεί το αξίωμά του, το ίδιο θέλω να κάνω και ως Υφυπουργός Εξωτερικών, αρμόδιος και για τα θέματα του απόδημου ελληνισμού. Άρα από αύριο μέχρι και την Τρίτη που θα φύγω από τη Washington, περνώντας από Βοστόνη και από Νέα Υόρκη, θα έχω την ευκαιρία να βρεθώ με επιφανείς Έλληνες ομογενείς, να βρεθώ με τους συναδέλφους μου, τους δημοσιογράφους, γιατί η δημοσιογραφική μου ιδιότητα έχει ανασταλεί, δεν έχει καταργηθεί. Και βεβαίως πάνω απ' όλα να έρθω σε επαφή με την Εκκλησία. Αλλά η σύντομη αυτή περιοδία ξεκινάει από εδώ. Και ξεκίνησε από μια πρόσκληση που έστειλε ο κ. Γκάς Μπιλεράκης στον Πρωθυπουργό, τον Αλέξη Τσίπρα, και ο οποίος με το που ορκίστηκα ένα Σάββατο, με τράβηξε στην άκρη και μου λέει: θα πας Tava Springs. Ξέρω ότι πήγες πέρυσι. Ξέρω ότι ήσουν και ο πρώτος Έλληνας πολιτικός που πήγε και ευχαρίστησε ή γνωρίστηκε με την δήμαρχο του Αγίου Αυγουστίνου, όπου βγήκαν οι πρώτοι Έλληνες το 1768. Ήσουν ο πρώτος Έλληνας πολιτικός που πήρε ένα δώρο από τον πρόεδρο της Ελληνικής Δημοκρατίας και πήγα στο Greece the Town, στα βόρεια της πολιτείας Νέας Υόρκης, που το 1822 από Southampton, τιμώντας τους αγώνες για την ελευθερία, όπως γράφουν και στο ψήφισμά τους, άλλαξαν το όνομα και από Southampton το κάνανε Greece the Town. Και έτσι ξανάρχομαι πάλι εδώ φέτος και το κάνω με ιδιαίτερη χαρά, κύριε Δήμαρχε, θυμώντας κάτι σαν παραπολιτικό στιγμιότυπο. Ήμασταν στη χωρεσπερίδα των Λακώνων, μέσα στην Αναπογούλα κάποια στιγμή χρειάστηκε να φύγω και την ώρα πια που είχα κλείσει την πόρτα, βγαίνει μέσα από το κτίριο ο φίλος μου, ο υποψήφιος τότε δήμος, ήταν μια εβδομάδα πριν τις εκλογές. Ανοίγει την πόρτα και μου λέει: θα χαιρετηθούμε. Και με έπιασε η ντροπή. Γιατί αν δεν σε χαιρετήσω, θα μου πάει γούρι. Και νομίζω ότι πήγα γούρι. Και με καλό ποσοστό γούρι, έτσι, με 20 μονάδες διαφορά. Από εκεί και πέρα, χαίρομαι που βρίσκομαι πάλι στη Φλόριδα, σε αυτή την Αμερικανική πολιτεία, εδώ που, όπως σας είπα πριν, ήρθαν οι πρώτοι Έλληνες μετανάστες, εδώ όπου η Αρχιεπισκοπή Αμερικής έκανε ένα πολύ σημαντικό έργο με την αναπαλαίωση του Αβέρο House και τη δημιουργία σε αυτό του Αγίου Φωτίου, όπου παρατίθεται και η ιστορία της άφιξης των πρώτων περίπου 350 Έλληνες μετανάστες ήταν στην Αμερικανική Ήπειρο. Και αν δεν έχετε πάει στον Άγιο Αυγουστίνο, εκεί υπάρχει και το πρώτο σχολείο που ιδρύθηκε στο Αμερικανικό έδαφος. Και το έφτιαξε Έλληνας, ο Γιαννόπουλος. Και είναι μουσείο σήμερα. Χαίρομαι που βρίσκομαι στο ελληνικό χωριό Tava Springs, το χωριό των σπουδών. Έγραψαν τη δική τους ιστορία, δημιούργησαν και το πρώτο κτίριο φιλοπτώχου στην Αμερικανική Ήπειρο, άλλη μια πρωτιά εδώ, το Tava Springs. Τιμώ και τη μνήμη δύο κορυφαίων της ομογένειας που έγραψαν τη δική τους ιστορία στην Αμερική, κατοίκους του Tava Springs, που αναπαύονται σε αυτό εδώ το ελληνικό χωριό. Αναφέρομαι στον Γιώργο Θεολογίτη, γνωστό μας ως Γιώργο Χατσαρό, του πρώτου Έλληνα μουσουργού δημιουργού στην Αμερική, που κυκλοφόρησε τον πρώτο του δίσκο το 1924. Αλλά και τον καλύμνιο Γιώργο Κινδύνη, που τον τίμησε η Ελλάδα με τον τίτλο του πρεσβευτή του ελληνισμού. Τίτλος που κοσμεί το σπίτι των Καλυμνίων εδώ στο Tower Springs. Τον άνθρωπο που πάντα έτρεχε για να βοηθά τον Άγιο Νικόλα, τους συντοπίτες του, την ομογένεια. Σκεπτόμενος την αυριανή, και δεν είναι μεγάλη λέξη, μεγαλειώδη τελετή επιφανίων, την επίσημη για την πολιτεία της Φλόριδας, μου έρχεται στο νου και η ιστορική φωτογραφία της επίσκεψης στο Tower Springs του Ελευθέριου Βενιζέλου, με τη σύζυγό του την Έλενα, πριν από περίπου έναν αιώνα. Σε αυτόν τον ίδιο χώρο που θα γίνει αύριο η τελετή. Όπου στη φωτογραφία υπάρχει ένα κοριτσάκι, ένα παιδάκι δίπλα και κρατάει μια πινακίδα που λέει «Μας θέλετε Έλληνες, κάμετέ μας σχολεία». Διαχρονικό αίτημα, πάντα επίκαιρο και το οποίο και το στηρίζω ανεπιφύλακτα. Και πρέπει επίσης να σας πω ότι αισθάνομαι πολύ μικρός, ελάχιστος, ελαχιστότατος να είμαι ο πολιτικός εκείνος που έρχεται την ημέρα των επιφανίων στο Tower Springs μετά από το Ελευθέριο Βενιζέλου. Και, κύριε Δήμαρχε, θέλω ένα δώρο. Προσπαθήστε να το περάσετε από το Δημοτικό σας Συμβούλιο. Θέλω ένα μικρό δώρο. Δεν είναι προσωπικό. Είναι ένα δώρο για την πατρίδα. Θέλω να αποτείνω φόρο τιμής και ευγνωμοσύνης σε έναν Αμερικανό πολιτικό βουλευτή και γερουσιαστή Φλόριδας, τον Κλοντ Πέπερ, που αγωνίστηκε για την Ελλάδα ως ελάχιστη. Ο Κλοντ Πέπερ αγωνίστηκε και το κατόρθωσε να μην εγκριστούν οι τότε Ιταλοί υπήκοοι δωδικανοί στις Ηνωμένες Πολιτείες και ειδικά αυτοί στο Tower Springs, σε στρατόπεδα συγκέντρωση στο Δεύτερο Παγκόσμιο Πόλεμο, ως πολίτες εχθρικών δυνάμεων για τις Ηνωμένες Πολιτείες, όπως τότε συνηθίζουν. Ο Κλοντ Πέπερ αγωνίστηκε και για την ενσωμάτωση των Δωδεκανήσεων με την Ελλάδα, με την παρουσία του και αγωνιστικότητά του και στη διάσκεψη των Παρισίων. Και ομολογώ ότι στη Ρόδο υπάρχει οδός του Κλάουδιου Πέπερ. Και το δώρο που θέλω να μου κάνετε είναι, αν μπορείτε, με μια απόφαση του Δημοτικού Συμβουλίου, να κάνετε έναν δρόμο Κλάουδιου Πέπερ και εδώ στο Tower Springs, και θα ζητήσω το ίδιο να το κάνουν και οι δύο δήμαρχοι, και της Καλύμνου και της Χάλκης. Είναι το αίμα μας. Είναι αυτοί οι οποίοι ήρθαν εδώ πέρα με το κεφάλι ψηλά, γιατί εμείς οι Έλληνες όπου πήγαμε μετανάστες, πήγαμε με το κεφάλι ψηλά και γίναμε οι καλύτεροι πρεσβευτές. Και με επεξηγήστε, κύριε πρέσβη, αλλά είμαστε εξαιρετικοί. Τώρα, για να κλείσω, σας είπα, θα είναι μία ώρα, θα το κάνω περίπου 10 λεπτά. Δύο λόγια για τους ευγενικούς μας οικοδεσπότες. Μπορεί να έχω αναλάβει πρόσφατα τη θέση μου στο Υπουργείο Εξωτερικών και το θεωρώ πολύ μεγάλη τιμή να αναλαμβάνεις μια θέση στο Υπουργείο Εξωτερικών. Αλλά ξέρετε, με την ομογένεια έχω μια εξοικείωση μέσα από την επαγγελματική μου καριέρα. Από το 12.500 δελτία που είπατε, σίγουρα τα μισά ήταν εκείνα που συντρόφευαν βράδια, χειμερινά, καλοκαιρινά, την διασπορά που με έβλεπε σε όλο τον κόσμο μέσα δορυφόρου. Συν βεβαίως και το ότι είχα και τακτικά ταξίδια εδώ. Άρα, όποιος πει ότι ο Κουίκ κάνει ταξίδια και έχετε Τάμπα, Φλόριδα, πάει Ουάσιγκτον, πάει Νέα Υόρκη, πάει Βοστόνη, είναι μακριά νυχτωμένος. Τα έχω κάνει τόσο πολλά ταξίδια που αυτό το κάνω πια πραγματικά από εθνική συνείδηση. Και όπως συνηθίζω να λέω, κυρίες και κύριοι, ξέρω τους απόδημους, αλλά και δυστυχώς, για τους ίδιους δυστυχώς, ενδεχομένως δυστυχώς, το ξέρουν και αυτοί, πως τους ξέρω καλά. Άρα νομίζω ότι μπορούμε να βρούμε ένα γόνιμο έδαφος να εργαστούμε. Και σε αυτό το πλαίσιο πρέπει να πω ότι η οργάνωση AHEPA είναι το υπόδειγμα. Το εννοώ. Κύριε, είπατε, το εννοώ. Το υπόδειγμα της ομογενικής οργάνωσης, το πρότυπο από το οποίο θα κλείσουμε στοιχεία για την οργάνωση όλου του ελληνισμού εκτός πατρίδας. Αυτοχρηματοδοτούμενο, το συνταγματικά προβλεπόμενο ΣΑΕ, αυτοοργανώμενο και με θητεία όχι παραπάνω από 2, για να μπαίνει και νέο αίμα, να αλλάζουν και να μιλάω με ανθρώπους, κυρίες και κύριοι, της ομογένειας, που δεν έχουν κόμματα στη σκέψη τους όταν μου μιλάνε και εγώ τους μιλάω, αλλά έχουμε ένα κόμμα που λέγεται Ελλάδα και μία σημαία κόμματος που είναι η γαλανόλευκη με το σταυρό στην κορυφή του κονταριού. Και αυτό το έχουν οι AHEPA. Γιατί οι AHEPA έχουν μακριά πολιτική και κομματικά. Υπηρετούν το έθνος και μάλιστα το υπηρετούν χρηματοδοτώντας έργα τεράστια κοινωνικής αλληλεγγύης, όπως τα πιο περιόνυμα είναι το νοσοκομείο της Θεσσαλονίκης, η πτέρυγα του Ευαγγελισμού και θα μπορούσα να πω πάρα πολλά, αλλά έχετε όμως και μια κακή συνήθεια. Δεν είστε φιγουρατζίδες. Αυτό που κάνετε δεν είστε show-off, για να το πω ελληνικά. Αυτό που κάνετε, το κάνετε χωρίς διαφήμιση, γιατί το λέει η ψυχή σας, το λέει η ψυχή του Έλληνα, το λέει η ψυχή του ανθρώπου που πραγματικά υπηρετεί και όχι για να τον βγάζουν τα μέσα ενημέρωση και να λένε τι καλή που είναι η AHEPA, τι πράγματα κάνανε. Μέσα στην καρδιά μας σας ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Ελπίζω να μην σας ταλαιπώρησα με την ομιλία μου. Ήθελα να πω αυτά τα 5 λόγια και με την ευλογία της Εκκλησίας αύριο να πάμε στα επιφάνεια. Αλλά, γέροντα, κάντε μια χαρή. Μην επιμείνετε. Προτιμώ να βλέπω τη διαδικασία απ' έξω. Μου πείτε, πρέπει να πέσω να πάρω το σταυρό. Σας ευχαριστώ. Καλό βράδυ.
Ευχαριστώ. Metropolitan Alexios asked me to introduce Archbishop Demetrios, unless you want to come up, Metropolitan. But we are once again honored, and it's a privilege and a blessing to have with us tonight His Eminence Archbishop Demetrios Yeron of America to be our keynote speaker.
Thank you.
Αυτό είναι μια αλλαγή στο πρόγραμμα, γιατί το πρόγραμμα λέει ότι ο μιλητής είναι ο Μητροπολίτης Ατλάντας. Η AHEPA είναι πάντοτε ακριβής με τα προγράμματά της, γιατί δεν τηρείται το πρόγραμμα. Άγια Ατλάντας, γιατί το κάνατε αυτό? Άγια Ατλάντας, οφειλέστατη, κύριε Υπουργέ, κύριε Πρέσβη, κυρία Γενική Πρόξενος, κύριε Μπιλιράκη, κύριε Supreme President, κύριε Ζαχαριάδη, αγαπητοί φίλοι και φίλες, συνεχίζω στο ελληνικό στοιχείο με το οποίο κινήθηκε ο κύριος Υπουργός, γιατί εγκατέστησε την ελληνική γλώσσα επικοινωνίας για λίγο και θα περάσω και στα αγγλικά για να είμαι βέβαιος ότι παρακολουθούν όλοι αυτό το οποίο θέλουμε να πούμε. Είναι μεγάλη ευλογία ότι για μια ακόμη φορά είμαστε μαζί. Ενθυμούμε πάντοτε την πρώτη φορά που είμαστε μαζί, 5 Ιανουαρίου 2000. Έτος 2000, στο ρέστοραν Πάπας. Ναι. Και μάλιστα επιτρέψτε μου να υπενθυμίσω ότι τότε είχα εκπλαγεί, διότι τελείωσε το dinner και τα σχετικά γύρω στις 10 παρατέταρτο, κάπου εκεί. Και λέω, μπράβο, λέω, αυτό είναι συνήθως αυτού του είδους οι ιστορίες πάνε στα μεσάνυχτα. Σας συγχαίρω γιατί τελειώσατε, μπράβο σας. Μου λένε, έχουμε λόγο που τελειώσανε, θέλουμε να χορέψουμε. Λέω, παίρνω πίσω τον έργο. Ότι τελειώσατε νωρίς, αλλά σας συγχαίρω γιατί συνδυάζετε ένα meeting σαν και αυτό με μια ωραία χορευτική εκδήλωση. Έκτοτε, επί 18 χρόνια είμαστε μαζί. Πάντοτε αυτή τη μέρα, αυτή τη βραδιά. Φέτος πρέπει να πω ότι έχει πολύ πιο πανηγυρικό τόνο. Δεν ήταν πάντοτε στον ίδιο πανηγυρικό τόνο, εξαρτάται από τον χρόνο. Από τη μέρα, φέτος έχει πολύ έντονο πανηγυρικό τόνο. Δεν θυμάμαι να ήμουν ποτέ με 4 αρχιερείς και ένας εγώ 5. Εδώ έχετε μια σύνοδο. Δεν έχετε τα βραδιά της ΑΧΕΠΑ. Έχουμε έναν υφυπουργό εξωτερικών, ο οποίος μας μίλησε με τόσο ωραίο τρόπο και με τόσο ιστορικό τρόπο και με συγκεκριμένα στοιχεία. Έχουμε τον πρέσβη της Κύπρου, έχουμε να κάνει μάλιστα και μια ωραία πράξη απονομής τιμής, τη γενική μας προξενό, και αυτό το πνεύμα της ΑΧΕΠΑ, ένα πνεύμα ζωντάνιας και λεβεντιάς. So I'm very thankful for being with you. I'm thankful to God for your existence and your work. Last July, we had in Nashville, Tennessee, the biennial Congress of our Archdiocese. The theme was, in the form of a statement, "You are the voice of Christ in a changing world." Tonight, as I was looking around and heard the minister, I thought of another statement for AHEPA. You are the voice of Greece in a difficult situation for Greece. That's what you are. When AHEPA was founded, it was founded in order to protect and promote the presence of Greek citizens here in America, help them escape sometimes very negative kind of situations. You work as part of the Homogenia, always within the parameters of the church and Homogenia, and what we have today. I like statistics. We are number 2 in the United States as far as level of education. 47 of our population of the Homogenia has at least one degree from a college or university. We are number 2. Big communities like Roman Catholic, Anglican, Episcopalian, Protestant are after us. And we are number 2 also in terms of financial power, with 45% of our population having an income of $100,000 and above per year. And if you go to the professors, personnel, researchers in the universities, then we are number 1 or number 2, alternating with the Jewish people. This is where we are in 2017, and part of it is a result of the activity of AHEPA. From a purely protective on an elementary level function, you are now growing a harvest so rich. The position of this Homogenia in this country. And please don't forget, if we are 1.5 to 2 million people, we are less than 1%. We are just 0.7% of a population in this country, and we are in this position. It's not accidental. is the result of the DNA which hold this Greek element for at least 6,000 years. 4,000 before Christ and 2 after. So I'm expressing thanks tonight on behalf of the church for what you have been doing. And of course, it's very, very clear that the original creation of AHEPA, basically as a protective and an organization developing on an elementary survival level, the homogeneous stοιχείο, now is different. You have to rethink the role that the AHEPA family would play in view of where we are today. It's a big difference from the original, very big difference. I would like to express particular thanks to the Supreme President and all of you because of your tremendous assistance in the resurrection of St. Nicholas Church and National Shrine at Ground Zero. You should know that we could not have, when we have a groundbreaking ceremony, we wouldn't have any groundbreaking because the church is built on a concrete cement basis, but we have something else. We use 12 big stones with the names of the major donors that will be incorporated into the building. One of the 12 is AHEPA. You should know that the stone with the name of AHEPA will be one of the 12 basic stones that will stay with this building forever. And I'm thankful because you have been consistent with your promise, and I don't have really the proper words to thank you. I'm thankful to the Undersecretary of Foreign Affairs, Υφυπουργό. I happen to know him for many, many years. He is a very prominent journalist. If I may use an analogy with the ecclesiastical titles, I would say he's a hieron in journalism. Not a hieros, a hieron. It's a title. He came directly after a long trip, 10 hours from Greece, changed plans, wait for 2 hours because of condition of weather, came here straight. What time is now here?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. He is 4 o'clock in the morning without stopping. And let me say something else. He asked me what time is tomorrow the service. The liturgy, he said. I said the liturgy is approximately 10 o'clock, but you have to count on 2 hours the liturgy and the service within the church, and then the march to the bayou, and the final drama there with the diving of the young people there. I said, Mr. Υπουργέ, count on 3 hours. He said, I'm going to be in the church, he said, no matter what. Add something. And we thank you for that because, because it shows exactly what you are. If I may share with you 1 or 2 more things. It's my obligation to do that as Archbishop and as someone who is very, very strongly, we are as church connected with AHEPA in terms of information. Last year we had plenty of important things that happen. Of course, politically, technically, we had the election of a new president, but as a church and as homogenia, we have something very important. We had a great and holy synod of the Orthodox Church after more than 1,000 years. And this happened in Crete, happened on Greek soil and soul, and it happened with a very, very substantive participation of our church from here. Logistics and other items, we were just in the forefront. And there were 300 hierarchs representing 10 autocephalous churches. We were missing 4 because the total of autocephalous Orthodox churches is 14. 4 churches, Russia, Georgia, Bulgaria, and Antioch didn't come, but the patriarchates of Constantinople, Alexandria, Jerusalem, Serbia, and Romania were there, as well as the 5 autocephalous churches headed by an archbishop, Church of Greece, Church of Cyprus, Church of Poland, Church of Czech and Slovak republics, and Church of Albania. For 1 week in Crete, a big, tremendous, unique event. Building the unity, and even more important, building a relationship between church and human reality today. How is that? In this Holy and Great Synod, we have 6 basic topics, prepared very carefully through a 50-year preparation. The decision for the Synod was taken in Rhodos, and I'm so happy to have with us the Kalymnians and the Chalki mayors. So good to have you. It was in Rhodos in 1961. It was a very, very careful, extensive, methodical work for half a century. From the original 139 proposed topics, we ended up with 6. And I would like to tell you, share with you now, that these 6 were of particular significance. Topic number 1, the Orthodox Church today and the contemporary world. The world of technology, the world of human trafficking, dealing with 35 million women and children, slaves of sex and labor, the world of injustices, the world of terrorism, the world of exploitation, and the world of the best and most important intentions on behalf of billions of people. What are the connection? What is the connection between the church and this world? How we deal with this world. Topic number 2, very important. The relationship between the Orthodox Church and the non-Orthodox Christian churches, Roman Catholic and Protestant. We are the 33% of the human population globally today. 2.3 or 4 billion people. We are somewhere between 250 and 300 million people as Orthodox. The rest are Protestant and Catholic. How we relate with them? Because we have to work together, we are challenges and provocations, and we have to use all the existing power for those who believe in Christ, no matter what the differences are. How do we do that? Keeping integrity, complete integrity of our truth as Orthodox, but at the same time, working as human beings, with fellow human beings.
Συμμονευλόγησαν τα πεσέματα της Στρατηγικής Τάξης και επίθυνον αυτά εις τους οίκους των αδελφών της ΑΧΕΠΑ και του Οικουμενικού Ημονοπατριαρχείου εν τη Ιερά Ημοναρχιεπισκοπία και η κοινότητά του και τον κόσμο Σάββατο. In the praise of our Holy Father, Lord Jesus Christ, our God, have mercy on us and save us. We thank you very much, Your Honor.
Ακούσατε τον Διάκονο Ελευθέριο. Κύριε Υπουργέ, ο Διάκονος Ελευθέριος είναι τετάρτη γενεά. Ακούσατε τα ελληνικά του. Αύριο θα ακούσετε την βυζαντινή ψαλμοδία του. Και θα μου πείτε αν μπορείτε να κάνετε διάκριση μεταξύ αυτού του τετάρτης γενεάς Ελληνοαμερικανού και των διακόνων του Καθεδρικού Ναού στην Αθήνα. Thank you.
Thank you. We thank everybody. Everybody have a wonderful and safe evening, and we will see everybody tomorrow.
Ωραία. Σταμάτα να μας βγάλεις φωτογραφίες. Νομίζω όλα καλά. Ωραίο αυτό. Φοβερό. Παρέσυρες και τον κύριο Πανάγο. Θα πάρω το πρόγραμμα για. Κύριε Κουίκ.